Why am I being vilified for trying to provide for my family?
For years, Adam and Danielle Busby have been putting their lives on TV while parenting 6 girls.
Apparently not. Apparently you're not doing a very good job.
But behind the scenes, they're not exactly the happy, wholesome couple they appear to be on OutDaughtered. And what they've been hiding for years is seriously bizarre. Ever since Adam and Danielle made their reality TV debut, they've tried to come off as the perfect couple, but they've tragically been hiding some dark secrets about their relationship according to fans on the internet. Many people think Adam cheated on Danielle because of one telling episode of OutDaughtered. In a 2017 episode, Adam seemed to be hiding something from Danielle. It was Valentine's Day and Danielle had been taking care of Blake and the Quints all by herself while Adam was working out of town. Adam was originally supposed to be home in time to see the kids and have a romantic dinner with his wife, but instead he wasn't picking up Danielle's phone calls or responding to her text messages. Eventually, he called Danielle back and told her that he would be home in about 5 minutes and blamed it on being busy with work. But that just doesn't make sense because Adam was mostly working from Dallas at that time, which is a 4-hour drive from their house, and he would have had 4 whole hours to call her and tell her he was on his way home, not 5 minutes away. Plus, it was Valentine's Day. Wouldn't it make sense if he was with another woman on Valentine's Day of all days? He denied the allegations a few years ago, but it just seems so weird. But aside from the infidelity rumors, there's another example of the couple's dark side that's honestly bizarre. The Busbys have had their show on TLC since 2016, but Danielle has actually had a part-time gig for an even longer period of time. However, a lot of people think that what she's been doing on the side to bring in extra cash is extremely shady. Danielle has been involved with a pretty sketchy multi-level marketing or MLM company since 2012. She's a consultant for Roden Plus Fields, which sells skincare and healthcare products, but her role in the company is incredibly controversial. Danielle doesn't promote Roden Plus Fields that much on her social media anymore, most likely because of the intense criticism she's received in the past. Not long after the series premiered of OutDaughtered, she started taking advantage of her large social media following. Danielle repeatedly shared posts that encouraged her followers to buy Roden Plus Fields products and join her sales team. But at the time, the people who did sign up probably weren't aware of what their future with the crooked company really entailed. According to Fundera, only about 25% of people who sell products for MLMs actually make a profit, and the other 75% of sellers are completely out of luck financially. But what that means for Danielle is truly unbelievable. Over the years, Danielle has probably recruited countless people to her team. Unfortunately for them, they would have had to sell an enormous amount of products and also recruit their own team members in order to make a profit. Otherwise, the majority of their money from making sales would go into Danielle's bank account. And there's absolutely no way that she isn't aware of how deceptive the company is and has been for years. In 2018, Roden Plus Fields was actually hit with a class action lawsuit for unfair and fraudulent advertising, and according to Danielle's active Facebook profile, she's still involved with the super unethical company. But maybe that doesn't come as too much of a shock considering Adam and Danielle have recently been accused of being more money hungry than ever. The real reason why so many people have been calling out the couple's greediness is seriously crazy. Season 9 of OutDaughtered just finished airing over the summer, but the Busbys' return to TLC was really unexpected. The family hadn't filmed for 2 years, and truthfully, it seemed like the series might have been totally finished. For a couple of years before the show's hiatus, Adam had been speaking out against TLC for a shocking reason. He claimed that TLC had allegedly edited the show to make it seem like he wasn't a competent father. He also slammed the network's editing for apparently making it look like Danielle was responsible for almost all of the childcare and housework. What he revealed in an Instagram comment a few years ago was so insane. In November 2019, one of Adam's Instagram followers mentioned that he didn't seem very smart on the show. They also brought up that Danielle appeared to be the only one in charge of the house and kids, which clearly struck a nerve. Adam responded by saying that he and Danielle weren't actually like that in reality. He added that because of TLC's manipulative editing, their relationship was painted in an inaccurate negative light on TV. Adam even briefly talked about the uncertainty of the family's return to TLC. It seemed like he and Danielle weren't sure if they'd allow their daughters to be filmed again because they didn't want to exploit their kids on the show. Whether that had anything to do with TLC's alleged bad editing or not, it honestly didn't seem to make sense. If the couple really wanted to give their daughters even the slightest bit of privacy in their lives, their own actions have been very hypocritical. The Busbys have been using their children to promote different brands and products on social media for years. They even have their daughters model and walk in fashion shows. For Danielle's clothing line, Grease and Bee Boutique, Adam and Danielle's concerns about exploiting their kids clearly don't line up with their actions. But not long after they announced their return and the premiere of season 9, they made another revelation that was absolutely unreal. It turns out that Danielle and Adam got pretty big promotions for season 9. They were both added as executive producers for the show, which means they most likely made a lot more money than they did in previous seasons. So what happened with the couple not wanting to exploit their kids? Apparently, the bigger paychecks from TLC convinced them that protecting their children's privacy wasn't actually that important after all. But there are still more unbelievable reasons why some viewers think that the Busbys' behavior on the show is nothing but an act. On a few separate occasions, more than one of their daughters have been spotted not wearing their seatbelts while riding in a moving vehicle. There have also been a few times that Danielle has come across as a pretty angry person. It's understandable that she seemed to be at her wits' end in many episodes since she was often parenting 6 kids by herself, but during the season 6 premiere, one of the Quints completely exposed an alarming detail about Danielle. Apparently, after Adam surprised the girls with a French bulldog puppy named Beau, Danielle was incredibly unhappy about the family's new addition. She didn't want any other responsibilities on her plate and had told Adam not to bring a dog home. But after Beau was introduced to the family, the scenes that followed in the episode were so shocking. For some reason, Adam called Danielle upstairs to help them clean up the bathroom that their 4-year-old girls had trashed overnight. This already seems super dangerous. Danielle had left the Quints unattended for several minutes as they ate, which was obviously a major choking hazard. But then the girls started acting like kids typically do and began fighting with each other. They were falling off of furniture, kicking each other, and roughhousing with the new puppy, all while Adam and Danielle were upstairs. But the craziest part was when one of the Quints was interviewed on her own. One of the producers ended up asking Hazel why she thought Beau behaved badly at times. It seemed like a truly innocent question since the family had just enrolled the puppy in obedience classes. But how Hazel responded was seriously unexpected.
Because Mama spanks him.
Many viewers were stunned that Hazel had seemingly outed her mom for physically disciplining the tiny puppy, but sadly it wasn't that hard to believe since Danielle clearly didn't want anything to do with Beau for a long time. That same episode also featured Beau's troubling reaction when Danielle was cleaning up one of his potty training accidents. He had tried to hide from her behind the table, but she picked him up anyway. Beau kept his eyes closed the whole time that Danielle was speaking to him just to avoid making eye contact with her. His behavior seemed extremely telling and it looked like he was more afraid than guilty. There's obviously no way of knowing if what Hazel had said about her mom was actually true or not, but it definitely made a lot of viewers see Danielle in a much different way afterward. Between the speculations about Adam cheating, Danielle's work with a shady MLM, and the couple's controversial parenting choices, they have a really scandalous side. Not to mention, their concerns about their kids being exploited on TLC seemed to totally disappear once they were offered producer roles and bigger paychecks. Adam and Danielle have managed to keep many details of their dark secrets off the show so far, but it'll be interesting to see if their true colors are exposed in the future, especially considering Adam can no longer blame his and Danielle's behavior solely on TLC's editing now that they're executive producers. But now that we've talked about what the couple is actually like behind the scenes, I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on Adam and Danielle's decision to film with TLC again after what they said about editing and exploitation? Do you think there's any truth to the rumors about Adam's cheating? What about Hazel's claim that Danielle had been mistreating the family's puppy? Let me know in the comments below.